Hello, welcome to Boogaloo by Mindfly. In this tutorial, I'm going to be talking about the HTML source editor and the different features and functions that it offers. So I'm back here on our demo site, on our test page that we've been working on, and I'm showing you the front side to start out with for once, and I just want to show you a bunch of text. I have placed this dummy placeholder text in our HTML editor, and we're going to be going through some of the different features to style it and to make it look prettier. Right now it's just set in paragraph tags. So if I click on our Back to Boogaloo badge here, go back to the back end, I'm going to click on our content area that we have set up, and we're going to start editing. So first of all, I hope you recognize right off the bat some of these features that this text editor has to offer. It should look pretty familiar to you if you've used other text editors such as Word. Maybe not as many features, but you really don't need that many because we set a lot of the styles in the CSS on the side that you can't see anyways. So what I like to do when I'm starting out is to first set my heading styles. Headings set a hierarchy for your page and make it easy for your eye to read. So test, that's the title of the page, so I'm going to just go ahead and give that an H2 because it's the most important. And then lorem ipsum, what is lorem ipsum? I'm going to go ahead and give that an H, maybe an H4 because I know that's an orange text and that's what I want that one to be. This looks like a heading as well right here, and I'm going to set that to an H4 as well. And then I might come down here and set these to H5s. And actually this looks like it could be a heading too, so I'm just going to go ahead and make that an H5 as well. I'm going to save my changes so we can see our headings in action here on the front side. And there we have some headings that are all nice and styled for us so far. So going back to the back here, let's move on to the next thing. Open our main content again. So let's just start going through some of these other things and plugging them in. So maybe I'll grab this lorem ipsum and make it bold. Oh, that looks like it's italic already. It must have been left over from when I was testing earlier. So that one's set to italic. We could come in here and maybe we want to emphasize 5 centuries. So let's just underline that. And maybe we don't like PageMaker anymore, so I'm just going to strike through that. So you can see some of the different options these buttons are. Let's just go ahead and preview that too. And we have our bold here, our italic, underline, and our strike through here. So continuing on, some of these options. This button here toggles you to full screen mode if you want a really big screen. That's an option there. The only thing I don't like about this personally is you lose your save button. So anytime you want to save, which I recommend doing it often, you have to toggle off, come and hit save, and then toggle back. I prefer just to drag my text box smaller or bigger depending on what I want it to be. Some other options you have here are your bulleted lists. So I have just some paragraphs here, and all you have to do is highlight it and hit bullets. An ordered list means it's numbers, and an unordered list gives you bullets, like so. The next option over here is a citation option, and citations are usually used for inline citations or a reference to another source. So down at the bottom here I have sourcelipsum.com because that's where I grabbed this dummy text from. So I'm just going to highlight that and hit citation. I'm not going to give it a title. You can if you want. That's when you hover over it. It'll show a title tag. Actually, maybe I will just so you can see what it is. So I'm just going to write lipsum.com because that's where it came from. Click insert. So let's save our changes again and preview that from the front so we can see what that looks like. So here are our lists, our ordered lists and our unordered lists, and you can see here is our citation right here, and that's a title tag where it says lipsum.com in that yellow box there. And the biggest reason to do that is just semantic markup, really. So let's just go back to the back and continue on. Opening our main content again. Other options here that are you can't see until you highlight some text is abbreviations. So let's come in here, and BC is an abbreviation for before Christ, so we can set that as an abbreviation. And usually with abbreviations you will want to give it a title of what it really means, so let's just type in before Christ here. Insert that. The next one is for acronym. These quotation marks mean block quote. So we can highlight this text here and make that a block quote. And let's just pause for a minute and save that and look at the front so we can see everything that we're doing. And here's our block quote right here, and I have the style set in the CSS, or the cascading style sheets, which is what we use to format everything like colors and text and font choices and stuff like that. So this is what a block quote would do. It's generally used for large quotations. And coming down here, what else did we put in? Oh yeah, our BC. So we can hover over that and get our definition is before Christ. So going back to the back here and opening main content one more time. Other options, you can put in a horizontal rule if you want. I don't generally recommend it because I don't really like them, but if you wanted a division in there, you could pick your width. It's best to do it by percentage. So if you do 100%, it's going to stretch across the entire page. So maybe I'll do 90% to get most of it and switch that to percentage. I'm going to insert that and save changes. And look at that from the front. So here's your horizontal rule that gets inserted there. Again, I don't really prefer them, but it's an option if you want to use them. Next on the list that you might want to do, these are undo and redo buttons if you need to change a mistake you made. Say you accidentally deleted something that you didn't want to, you can say oops, undo. Also, we can create links. So if we come down here and let's just pick Richard McClintock, say we want to link him to, say he's listed in Wikipedia or something, we want to link him to there. We just highlight the text and hit insert, edit link, put the URL. I don't know what it would be, so I'm just going to put Mindfly's URL instead. Pick that out there. And because we're leaving the site to go to a completely different site, I'm going to pick open in a new window or target blank. The rule of thumb for this is if you're linking to an internal page, meaning a page that is on your own site, you can have it open in the same window because you're keeping the user on your site. If you're linking to something outside of your site, say like Mindfly's site or Wikipedia or Amazon.com or whatever you're linking to, you want to open it in a new window so your site is still open in a window on the user's browser. So I'm just going to click insert there and we can see our link. So if we go over to the front, after we save our changes, we can see our link right here. And if I click on that, it's going to open in a new window to Mindfly's site. To break a link, all you have to do is insert your cursor anywhere in that link and click the break link button. Another button you would probably use often is the insert or edit images button. And this is sometimes hard for people to grasp, so I'm going to do this in its own tutorial about how to upload and add images to your site. And another button you might use is the HTML. If you're familiar with HTML, you can click on that and you can see the back and see all the tags and edit in the raw code if you should choose to. But we don't really need to. So I'm just going to save our changes, preview from the front one last time, and that is how you use the HTML source editor.